Are you anxious about the cutoff with your adult child? This video discusses how parents of estranged adult children can manage anxiety with 5 tips so you can feel better. Hi, I'm Marie Morin. I'm a therapist and a wellness coach. So let's get started. So the sad truth about being cut off is that parents worry if and when it will end and how the relationship will improve. Maybe you're worried about details that you have no control over, like, are they ever going to talk to me again? If and when they do talk to me again, how will it go? You may be nervous or restless. You may be feeling weak and tired. Maybe you're having trouble concentrating, or maybe even you're not sleeping okay. You may also be overthinking and maybe thinking the worst possible outcome. So let's first define whether you're having panic attacks or anxiety. Panic attacks differ from anxiety because anxiety is about worrying of something in the future. A panic attack will come on all of a sudden. There might be feelings of you trembling or shaking or your heart pounding. You might have a response like this after witnessing a car accident. You might have certain sensations in response to a perceived threat. If you're having a panic attack, you're going to want to watch my video on panic attacks and what to do when you have one. But what about the anxiety that you experience from being cut off? So it's common to have a certain degree of anxiety. And anticipatory anxiety is a higher degree of worry, so that you're stressed and it impacts your normal level of functioning. This higher worry tends to focus on negative outcomes. For example, you might be worried that you may never see your child again. So all of this is a part of anxiety, and what we want to consider are what things we can do. Because the truth is that unfortunately, there's no guarantee, no definite timeline. And I wish there was, but there's no magic wand that can tell us when and if this is going to happen, when they're going to want to see us again. So what we can do because of the angst of this condition is ground ourselves in things that we can control, and you get to decide. And so what the suggestions that I make, you get to decide which ones work for you, which ones will help you, and what you want to participate in. The first thing to do is to go get checked by a medical doctor. Just make sure that none of your symptoms are mimicking signs of anxiety, but are really a physical illness. Make sure you're okay. If you're having trouble doing your normal daily responsibilities, it may be a good idea to talk to a therapist. The second thing you want to do is self-talk. So what self-talk is all about is lining up what you're thinking with what you know is true. For example, if you're having this anticipatory anxiety and you're bringing it to the level of, oh my goodness, I may never see them again. Well, the first thing to understand is that this negative thinking is really just that. It's negative thinking. So now line it up to that you don't know, there's no way of knowing, and what you think may not in fact happen. You have no way of knowing how that's going to go. It doesn't necessarily have to be negative. So you might say to yourself, okay, I don't really know what's going to happen. It could be that I do see them again and things can improve. Another thing you want to do is to make a list of all the good things you have done as a parent and remind yourself often, because negative thinking, anxiety, often comes with a bit of depression. And in that depression, there's more negative thinking about yourself. So maybe you're coming down on yourself. Maybe you're being hypercritical. of things that you've done. Make a list of all the good things that you did and remind yourself often. You weren't perfect. No parent is perfect, but you did do good things. So remind yourself of that and resist the temptation to remind your child. Remember that. Do the self-talk by telling yourself that you did the best you could with where you were at the time. You may also acknowledge where you've missed the mark. You can't change the past, but taking responsibility takes a lot of courage. It also requires some objectivity and self-kindness. This isn't an exercise in wrapping yourself up in all the negative things. You're trying to be objective. Number 3 is do grounding exercises. So in the midst of high anxiety levels, a grounding exercise will bring you down out of the higher levels and bring a degree of relief. Try this exercise. Focus and stay as best as you can in the present moment and what it feels like in your body. Just remember 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice 5 objects, 4 different sounds, 3 textures, 2 smells, and 1 taste. Remember to reflect on what they feel like. You can also do distracting things by watching a funny movie, talking to a friend, or going for a walk. Number 4, do your best to have good sleep. Sleep hygiene is very important. It's about stop using screens at least an hour before your bed. Try a soothing guided meditation, a gratitude practice, or even a warm bath or shower. Reduce your caffeine by limiting it to just coffee in the morning. Number 5 is to commit to a daily routine. So research tells us that a daily routine helps us better deal with stressors, improves our sleep, and improves our mood. More than likely, as we talked about, if you're anxious, you may be depressed. Doing daily things like going for a walk outside, meditating, doing breath work like diaphragmatic breathing. And I have a video on that will guide you through the exercise, and it's very relaxing. You could do journaling, a gratitude practice that will help you decrease stress. But you're going to feel more in control. When you're less stressed, you can think more clearly. You can put together things like the work involved in self-talk, which isn't easy. You have to take the time to say, wait a second, this is not necessarily true. I may see them. I don't need to focus on the worst case scenario. I don't need to focus as much on just what's happening at this moment. Keep a record either on your paper calendar or piece of paper or your phone. You want to track your progress. And this is really good because it makes us feel better when we commit to something and we stick to it. It increases our mood. But what if you're anxious about what to do so you can see your child again? What if you're feeling like you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do, but you're so anxious that you really feel like you need to heal your nerves? Because that's a really good idea. You're going to want to watch my next video, how to overcome anxiety and heal your nerves. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe so you can get my videos in your feed, and ring the bell. And better yet, how about leaving me a comment? Tell me what you think of these videos. If it's been a help to you, what's going on for you? We'll see you in the next video.